The Square Ball Podcast.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to the show. It's brought to you in association with Levi Solicitors, isn't it, Michael?
It is, yeah.
I'm giving you more responsibility now. It was your birthday at the weekend. I'm giving you more responsibility now you've grown up. So you're going to tell the nice viewer, listener...
About the discounts and that.
The discounts.
When you wills you probate your conveyancing.
Yeah.
At Phil Hay Monday Club, listen to that. There's a discount code on that, 15% off.
Yeah.
Is that still right?
Correct. For a limited time, we should stress.
Limited to when?
Till they take it off.
That was your job. You don't even know. Pathetic.
10% on all the other legal fees. 10% discount. levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball. Otherwise, head to the Monday Club for the extended discount on Michael's 3 favourite legal services, which are, quick reminder...
Probate, conveyancing, wills.
Oh,
I don't like
remixed
that.
it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
remixed it.
It's like when you go see someone do something live and they do a bit of a different version and you go, I'm not sure I like it. Not sure I like it, but, live with it.
Well, I just want you to know I didn't like it.
Okay.
So don't do that again.
I'll bear it in mind.
Thank you. Propaganda. The show where we find out what's been said in the football world. It is Dan, it's Michael and Rob. Rob looking absolutely resplendent in what's that? Is that a square ball yellow Admiral shirt?
I did.
Where would I get one of those?
Is this one of yours, Michael, or not? Is it the squareball.net or is it the Phil A. Monday Club? Or
No, just the squareball.net is all you need for that.
Sorry, you were going to say, Rob.
I did enjoy someone replied to the photos on Twitter saying, nice shirt, but it looked better than Hull City's colours.
Yeah.
We'll get into Sammy's pyjamas later, won't we?
We'll do that next.
Okie doke. So, yeah, this is what's been going on in the football world. Let's kick off with some hope. Because you're lazy, Michael, you didn't put together the mega mix this week.
I'll let you do it for once.
Yeah.
I asked you to do something for once.
And you're talking about, things being better. Vastly superior mega mix, I think, this to the shambles you normally produce.
I've not listened to it yet, but can I say I think it was overly long and poorly edited?
You can say that if you like. You're also wrong.
Let's have a listen anyway.
And basically, this is a mixture of all the stuff we've been going through. Exasperation, frustration at Bamford, some sympathy for Bamford as well, thoughts on Robles, but there's a distinct lack of out-and-out despair, which I know will disappoint you, Michael, because you're such a negatron.
Don't worry, I'm here for it.
Yeah. And if the Megamix is anything to go by, we still have hope. Never give up hope.
Ultimately, there is a lot wrong with this team, this squad, the plan from the board, and our problems this season have run a lot deeper than Patrick Bamford. So it's become a real lightning rod for our frustration, but it's a little harsh on him.
Channeling Zen Dan here, but trying to be positive, I think, because that was a much better performance than I expected. I don't see Forest beating Arsenal, even with the Chelsea result. I don't see them beating Crystal Palace. In fact, I kind of see them losing both those games. So if we get 3 points against West Ham, that could just be enough.
I actually thought we were all right. They are a very good team. And we kind of held our own, and they only scored through 2 penalties. And had we gone 2-0 up, I do agree with Big Sam that we'd have won it. And it's weird because it almost gave me hope for the final 2.
I don't know whether it's just me going through the honeymoon period like I do with every manager, but I think I actually like Big Sam. You just listen to his interviews after the games and he just seems like a smart guy. He just says the right things and saying stuff like he's going to tell the players off for not staying on the feet. And if they had stayed on the feet, then we might have won the game. I think he's just right, isn't he? Annoying.
Groundhog Day with Patrick Bamford, eh? I don't blame Paddy for the penalty miss. He's stepped up, but ultimately we should have replaced Bamford sooner. He's had injuries and we haven't replaced him.
I was adamant we were going down and tried to accept it. Then midweek managed to somehow, with a couple of friends at work, talk ourselves out of it. So can Michael do me a favour and just tell me we're going down so I can just accept it, please?
Right. Joel Robles. Don't ever, ever, ever tell the Gelderden to calm down ever again. Capiche?
I've always had a love-hate relationship with Bamford at Leeds, really. And today was one of those games where you just thought, fuck's sake, Bamford. Could be a real turning point in that one. But as it is, getting a point when you're down to 10 men against a team that's up in the Champions League places, you take that. Just try and get results against Spurs and West Ham now.
Ayo, Scott White, the Kentucky Yorkshireman. Put the ball in the effing net. Rodrigo should have gone over, punched the fucker in the nose, taken the ball, put it on the spot, knocked it in, and then flung Bamford over his shoulder, carried him to the touchline, thrown him over, and we win. 3 points.
Smooth as Melly there. Smooth as Joe Robles now. Come on.
Put the ball in Rodrigo's hands, let him put it on the spot, let him stick it in the goal, and we are 2-0 up. Newcastle have something to think about. But instead, we're up the other end, we're giving away 2 shitty penalties, and we're fucked.
I refuse to believe that it's over yet. Come on, 2 games to go. Come on.
Well, I got to say, I am fucking shredded. But just think, if Big Sam had been in charge with 8 games to play rather than 4.
Why does Rodrigo not take that penalty? Literally, the man has been firing on all cylinders every time he gets in front of goal, and we give it to Pat Bamford, who missed from a fucking yard away 2 weeks ago. I just don't understand. Oh, just that's how Leeds are. Just stress you out and make you sad. Anyway, upside, still a chance. That's something to cling on to, right?
Right?
Yeah. No, I'm meant to be telling him we're down, aren't we?
We're not down. Yet.
We're not down, in fairness, are we?
No.
I was waiting for one of Everton or Leicester to confirm we were down.
You're gutted, aren't you?
But I was like, turns out they're both shit too. So I didn't watch either because I'm trying my best not to. But I did notice Everton's XG was higher than Man City's from that game.
Oh, really?
Which I'm going to just choose to believe was a mistake.
I think they had a couple of chances from really close in. That's why they had one in particular that got nodded down to the back post. And
I did see that on Match of the Day too, actually.
So, it's bollocks, isn't it?
Yes, let's say yes.
It is. When it doesn't suit our argument, it's bollocks. It's not over. Cling on to the hope. And reflections on a good atmosphere then at Elland Road, yeah?
Yeah, this is from Adam Pearson, not, I presume, the Leeds United one, but a Newcastle fan who was at the game.
Well, there we have it in full time today at Elland Road. Leeds United 2, Newcastle United 2, in a game where I think both teams will walk away disappointed in the context of the match. I actually think it's probably a better point for Newcastle than it is a point for Leeds, because I still feel like need that win from somewhere if they've got any chance to stay on this season. And compared to the teams around them, I think they've probably got some of the harder fixtures as well. Regarding Leeds fans, though, obviously I'm someone that goes to every single away match for Newcastle. I think they've got some of the best homelands I've ever seen for a Premier League team. Really good home atmosphere from them. It's probably one of the best I've seen from a Premier League team. So fair play.
That's nice to hear, isn't it? That's the real quiz.
Definitely. It was nice that it was a good atmosphere, though, because it's been kind of crap all season, I feel like. It obviously started all right, and beating Chelsea was probably the high point of this season because it was just party atmosphere. But generally speaking, it has been lacking, I would say. Just a mixture of tension and a lack of anything good to watch.
Resignation as well, having to sit through this for a second consecutive season. It's been difficult, hasn't it?
That's the thing. It's the 2-season thing. But no, it was really good. There was that kind of 10 minutes after the penalty miss where people were just sad, I think. But then that's when I got quite annoyed with Robles sort of telling the cop to calm down as well. Because I think I've written a blog about it, but Junior Firpo made a big tackle and there was a brief come on Leeds, finally we're back in it sort of thing. And then the ball fell to Robles and he was telling us to calm down. And it's like, mate, have you not seen the last 2 seasons? There's a reason we're not calm. It's a bit late for this. And then straight after that as well, McKennie got the ball, lost it, got it back, took too long, lost it. Greenwood got the ball, lost it. And it's like, look, Joel, this is why we're not fucking calm. But, but it did pick up again after that.
I wonder, do you think it makes them a bit nervous? Do you think that's what Robles was trying to get at? That the crowd sometimes drives the players on to lose the focus and the discipline?
Maybe. It's a bit of that game management thing of it was Marsh's 100 to 70 maxim, which he kept going on about earlier in the season. But yeah, I just felt like at that moment, because it had been a little bit deflated, it was like, no, come on, let's just have a bit of fight. But it was probably for the best. And part of the blog I've written was just laughing at how Joel Robles, the man who was almost shouted his way into a red card at the penalty and was doing pull-ups on the crossbar, was the guy telling us to calm down. It was like, it's probably a good picture of where Leeds United are at right now, especially when you've got Allardyce, who's managed one game at Elland Road and he's saying, I need 2 Valium. But yeah, that is Leeds United for you,
Welcome
mate.
to Leeds.
The Newcastle fans I listened to were all actually generally pretty reasonable. I didn't find anything to disagree with particularly, but they were furious about Robles on the penalty, saying like, why has he not been sent off? And kind of have to agree with them, really. When you watch it back, like he does not stop. He gets booked for something and then just continues exactly as he was before.
It wasn't until watching it back that I realised he was basically sat in the south stand when it was first awarded. He just went and hung out behind the goal.
He pushed it right, as we said in the match ball, he pushed it right to the limit and then some, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how a referee justifies not booking him again, really. Mind you, I'd be a proper vindictive prick if I was a ref. As soon as anyone ignored anything I'd say, I'd be booking like a dozen people every 2 minutes.
You and you.
Right, you talking about it, so fuck off. Straight red for that. But it's not a red card offence. I don't care. Fuck off. Get out of my sight.
Appeal.
Yeah, fine.
Just get off. But I think it's a case of them knowing that they don't want to dish out red cards unless they absolutely have to, and pushing it just as far as they absolutely can.
Junior Firpo pushed it as far as he could,
and then some. But
for 2 seasons, he's pushed that red card as far as he can.
I think Junior knows where the limit is, does he? He's a free spirit, as Junior. You can't contain him. But I think the improved atmosphere, the sense that I don't know if it's that kind of backs to the wall feeling, and it's now or never. That kind of suffused what happened at Elland Road at the weekend. There's that sense that we've just run out of road, so it's now or never, and we have 2 ways to approach it, which is we either get on their backs and they crumble under the pressure, or we support them as much as we can. And I think that's what we've seen, even with the songs in favour of Bamford, people singing in his name, even though he's let us down on an individual basis by missing that chance against Leicester and then missing the penalty. People want these lot to succeed. I think that's an important thing to remember. And it's what Allardyce has tried to do, is harness the crowd as well.
It's a big contrast to Leicester as well, where they're getting booed off at half-time every game, and their fans just generally seem to hate the players, the team, the manager. Whereas I think, there is a sense of, well, what else are we going to do? We might as well sort of make some noise for the final few games.
Make some noise for the Wenger boys.
It's because Leicester have failed to go in for the second new manager bounce. They should have done that. They should have had Dean Smith for a bit. They should have got rid of him a few games ago.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't necessarily keen on the Allardyce appointment, but God, thank God we're not managed by Dean Smith. That would have been horrible. That just looks grim.
Has he still got his 3 haircuts in one?
I can't. What are the 3?
It's just kind of, if you ever look, he's got kind of the sides don't match the top.
Okay.
And then I think there's a fringe that's independent of the 2.
Oh, fair enough.
Just inspect his hair next time he's on telly, or maybe even Google him if you feel particularly, I don't know, emotionally, like you want to respond to that. Have a look at Dean Smith's
I
hair.
never want him at Leeds, though. That is a fair shout. No. The chat on the clip there about saying if we'd have had Allardyce for 8 games rather than 4, which I think he's right. But then, do you say, well, what if we had him for 38 rather than 8? Would that have been better still? Is that what we're saying for next year?
Do you know what the daft thing is? On the evidence so far, probably.
But then you just said the evidence of Gracia's first couple.
Well, because that's the point. Yeah, that's the point we made on the match ball. I think I said at the time, like, we would never have accepted Allardyce coming in after Marsh. Not as, I mean, the royal we, like as a fan base. I don't think anyone would have gone, well, that's the sensible move. But yeah, it might have been.
It was weird after the game.
Funny, isn't it?
Because
it's almost like we know nothing.
Well, yeah, I won't disagree with that. But I was sort of thinking, like, I couldn't stop thinking about the penalty miss and just Junior Firpo in general. And then I was thinking, God, we're still quite a bad team and there's so much wrong with us. But I was also kind of convinced we're going to stay up as well a little bit. It was like really just a bizarre day. I don't know.
Yes. Let's move on to the sadness of others.
Which sadness do you want to start on?
Who's this Ben Harris character? And
he's Sheffield Wednesday. Should we deal with Premier League sadness first?
Is that Premier League sadness? I don't think Sheffield Wednesday are in the Premier League.
No, I'm saying
last time I checked, they got 96 points and didn't go up yet. I mean, they still might.
They still might. Yeah, do you want to hear from them, or I've got Southampton or Leicester if you want sadness?
Let's start with Ben. I think.
Okay.
Let's go down to the bottom of the ocean and swim our way back up.
Yeah. So for anyone who's not aware of what's going on in League One, Sheffield Wednesday got 96 points.
I just said that.
I know. Into the playoffs. They regained form actually just before the playoffs. They'd had a really bad period where they'd not won in 7 or something, but then I think they won a couple going into the playoffs.
So it reignited their hope.
So they're like, oh no, back on track now. You don't get 96 points by accident. You don't become a bad team overnight, do you?
Well, what happened in the first leg of the playoffs, Michael?
Well, let's hear Ben pre-game first.
Yep.
Just so we can.
Is he reflecting that opinion?
Just so we can fully shatter his dreams.
Unlike many Wednesday fans, I myself feel quite confident. I'm feeling like we could go into this one and take an early lead against Peterborough, actually. And I personally think that Wednesday are going to come out of this first leg with a 2-1 advantage. I know it sounds unlike me of recent to come out and say this, but to be honest, I think we're going to win. I think we're going to beat Peterborough and get the advantage from the away fixture, take it into the home fixture, iron it out, and hopefully we'll be off to Wembley.
Voiceover. This is the narrator's voice. Breaks through, doesn't it? He's using fool's gold there as a musical bed, isn't he? Which feels like a copyright strikeable offence.
Yeah, if he gets us demonetised.
Well, shouldn't it? Because he's talking over it, the algorithm might not be able to pick it up.
Yeah, hopefully. But I'm just looking at the results actually. So yeah, they went into the back of this one, beating Derby County 1-0, 3-0 against Shrewsbury, beating Exeter, beating Bristol Rovers coming into this. Just go to Peterborough, just get a result.
4-0, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you want to hear him during the game? He's in the away end.
Just before I play this, the funny thing is, last time I looked, it was 3-0, and I didn't become aware that it was 4-0 until just yesterday.
Oh, brilliant.
So, because I saw somebody mention they lost 4-0 in the first leg of the playoffs. I went, did they? Looked at my phone. 4-0, wasn't it? Like a little pleasant surprise.
There's some great building anguish through this clip.
It's quite a long clip, but it's worth it, is it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Dawson spilled it. It's 1-0 to Peterborough. It's hard to concede that early. It's an absolute screamer. They're 2-0 up. I can't fucking believe it. Oh my God, what is going on? Every time they come forward, they seem to score. It's so annoying. Absolutely horrendous first half. I don't even know what's happened. We're 2-0 down. Everyone's played horribly. It's shocking, man. I can't deal with it if we can see that. And it's 3-0. I'm not even surprised. We've not deserved it at all. We've been playing horrendous. I'm not surprised. And it's 4-0. Not even surprised. Don't care at this point. Debating whether I even go to the second leg. What's the point? 4-0. Peterborough gone to Wembley. Well done, mate. Well done, lads. Fuck's sake. You can hear by the sounds. It's absolutely ridiculous. 4-0. We should have lost by more. It's already over, I think. So it's another season League One for Wednesday. I guess I'll see you guys next season. Jesus, it's fucking toxic as shit.
More than 2 points per game.
96 points. Boo!
You're not fit to wear the shirt. Have you seen their season ticket prices, by the way? I've just gone onto their website. Their South Stand season ticket prices for adults. They've gone full Bates. Chancery. Are they going on the piss with Chancery, do you reckon now? 720 quid.
Fucking hell.
720 quid. The Grandstand 640, North Stand 640, the Cop 510.
Who's coming up from League Two? Because that's always the depressing bit, isn't it? At that point when you start going, oh God, we've got to play.
Shall I have a look?
Like Forest Green or someone next year. I know they've gone down, haven't they, this year? But there's always some kind of, it's unfair to say a joke team, but there's someone who you never thought. There's someone who
I said it.
There's always someone who you thought you would never play though when you're in League One, and you're like, fucking hell, how are we playing Yeovil or whatever? Like as it was for us.
Leighton Orient, Stevenage, Northampton have all gone up automatically.
Stevenage is probably a bad one.
And it'll be one of Stockport, Carlisle, Bradford, or Salford.
Bradford
will join
They're
them.
still going.
They are still going. Yeah. They
good for them.
Played in a playoff the other day.
Against
Carlisle. Do you remember? It's 15 years since we played Carlisle in a playoff, so we've got to be careful.
Oh no, God, we've been there. Don't get me wrong. We never got 96 points and failed to go up though.
No, that is true. It is true. I enjoyed that. That was great fun. just hearing that.
Should we take it down to a bit more of, I don't know, I guess a more low-key sadness?
Yeah.
Of Leicester or Southampton?
Southampton feels like the lowest hanging fruit, so let's start there, shall we? Where's that then?
Yeah, matchday vlogs. So their relegation was, I mean, they've been obviously down for a couple of weeks, haven't they? But this was their relegation being confirmed, and the two of them sat in the stadium watching Fulham beat them 2-0, and they just want it all to be over so very much. It's just quite sad.
Been devoid of ideas. And I'll be honest, we've been sat in silence pretty much the last 35 minutes.
If it wasn't for like my moral code, I would have left it about 70 minutes. But it's so bad. This is so awful. There's no fight, no nothing. It's just, it really is at a point of why are we here? What's the point? They might as well just do this the next few games behind closed doors and save everybody some money and time and effort. I've seen the Sports Republic have got a statement ready to go for after the game.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I really should. I mean, I kind of knew this was happening, but I didn't think this would hurt as much as it does. It does hurt a lot more than I thought it was going to. Fulham obviously deserve winners here today, but they've not really had much to fight against, really. We've not put up anything. I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words.
I want to go home.
And there it is. Relegation confirmed. It's over.
Oh, it is over.
Just that anguish. I want to go home.
Yeah, that was...
If it wasn't for his moral code, he'd have gone.
Tapping into the 10-year-old inside all of us there. Did you see the statement there owners put out?
Nah.
Apparently it was... somebody reckons they've sort of chat GPT'd it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're hoping to come back stronger thanks to the fans. Fans don't deserve it, despite appointing Nathan Jones.
And there was
we didn't think this would happen.
No, there's a brilliant tweet. It was the Southampton fan who took it, and took a photo of the away end, and it was all the Fulham fans sat down during the game. And the tweet just said something to the effect of, "Can't believe we've just been relegated by a team whose away fans sit down."
It was a proper relegation result, that wasn't it? Of a team, nothing to play for. Thinking, oh, come on, home game. Maybe this is it. Nah, sorry, lads.
Bless them. Let's do everything in our power to avoid that. Because it sounds really miserable, doesn't it?
It kind of makes you realise as well how bad it will be, though, if it happens. Because as much as I've been saying for a few weeks, I've reached acceptance with going down now. The moment when it happens, it will just be a horrid sinking feeling. But it might not happen.
No. Should we work our way up the table?
What, to Leicester?
Yeah.
Yeah. They lost as well, didn't they? Which was good. Lost 3-0 to Liverpool. Again, actually, I think this is just because of my mindset at the moment. I was actually listening to this last night, feeling quite sorry for him.
You've gone soft.
I know.
Do you know what? I just wanted to go down there. I just wanted to confirm it.
Just get it over with. Just get it over with.
Literally, put us out of our misery. Honestly, it's so painful. You know, we can't. It doesn't matter. We can't blame Dean Smith. You know, he's been having an impossible task, so it's not on his hands. It's them players. They need to take a good look at themselves and say we're not good. They're not good enough at all.
Yeah, it's quite depressing, now, isn't
it? Never mind. Anyway, it goes on a bit longer, and by the end of it, I don't know if he's been drinking at this point. He's certainly suggested other people do.
This is all about you, isn't it? Really.
It's very much end of the evening, tired and emotional. Is this part?
We could be all night, but you know, I'm going to bed soon. You're just obviously it's afternoon for you now. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is it the afternoon for you? Is it already afternoon?
It's just about 2:00 in the afternoon here.
2:00. Go out on town wherever you are and get absolutely slaughtered. Go out. Eat your
I think I will.
Eat your kegs and eggs. Drink all your beers, and you know, eat sausages, whatever you eat. Where you live. You know, go out. Just go out and get you some. Well, just have a good time.
That was delightful.
Just like sausages. And
just eat wherever you eat,
wherever you are.
Whoever you are.
Get some food and that. Just go out and have fun. I was also being told, go out and have fun by a man who sounds like he's as miserable as it's possible to be.
Oh, dear me. Their opposition were Liverpool last night.
Of course, yes. and I got many tweets.
Yeah, so we're talking about the guy. It's called This Is Football is the channel, isn't it? It's the Jordanian Liverpool fan who rolls his R's and refers to Curtis Jones quite a lot.
Yeah, I must have had a dozen tweets last night just going, Curtis Jones!
at the under-21s game last night, once we saw the goal going in, a couple of friends turned to me and was like, it's Curtis Jones! Curtis Jones! And it was, he's done it again, Curtis Jones!
Yeah, so he does his watch-alongs, and not a fan of Curtis Jones, as we established. He also he seems to at the moment hate Jordan Henderson even more, actually, which is a bit harsh, really, given what he's achieved from winning the league and Champions League and all this stuff. But he calls him, is he number 14, Henderson? Yeah, he calls him 14 all the time. I think he's trying to dehumanise him for some reason. But he was having a go at him more. I actually thought he was talking about Curtis Jones at one point, but it was about Henderson. But someone in the chat on this clip was sticking up for Curtis Jones. This is prior to him scoring the goals. Yeah. But he's still not having.
CJ is an incredible talent. Klopp can't coach. Yes, just like Klopp couldn't coach Salah and couldn't coach Mane and couldn't coach Firmino, who was playing right wing back for Rodgers, just like he couldn't coach Fabinho, just like he gave Henderson a career at Liverpool Football Club. All the unbelievable people he has coached and sent to podiums, So, come on, man. You cannot blame Klopp for Kurtz being crap.
It's just in his DNA, isn't it? Speaking of being sent to podiums, that podium that they put up last night for the 21s took an age, didn't it?
I'd already gone by then. I couldn't be bothered hanging around.
I don't want to see the joy of young people. It took forever. Like about a 15-piece assembly. It was like putting together an IKEA wardrobe. Clipping together
the club just own that? Or is that provided by the league?
I'm fairly sure it was a Premier League thing when they played that god-awful Premier League anthem at the time as well.
Oh, don't play that.
Is that why it took so long? The club were just dusting it off from years and years and years of nukes.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the 21s and their promotion playoff victory in the weekly show later in the week. This is Football continues.
This is Curtis getting these 2 goals.
And he can't, I bet he can barely crack a smile.
Mo with a cross for post. Curtis! Curtis Jones, ladies and gentlemen! Once again, Curtis Jones puts us 1-0 up. That same exact goal. Unbelievable cross from Mo Salah. And the finish from CJ17. Curtis Jones, ladies and gentlemen. And Liverpool are 1-0 up. No, shot again. And Liverpool again. And it's another goal. Let me change it once and for all. And it's another goal from Curtis Jones. What is going on? Curtis Jones yet again. No way. No way Curtis Jones just made it 2-0.
And you can just hear him smiling as he says it, can't you? Like that's a disbelief.
He's on the verge of having to back down, isn't he? Go, okay, he's doing well today.
Maybe he's all right. It was funny watching the news of the goals ripple across the East Stand last night at Elland Road as people sort of started clocking onto it. Like I was following the scores on FotMob, getting the notifications. And
was your phone working then? Because it doesn't generally work at Elland Road. You reach we need to find out what capacity the phone network can take.
It generally operates all right, does mine though? Yeah.
Mine's shite.
Mine's knackered. We should let one fan in at a time to see which.
Let's see when it stops working.
Yeah, well, when we stay up and when we redevelop it, 49ers, they put a load of Wi-Fi into their stadium, the Levi Stadium. Best Wi-Fi in the NFL, apparently, at the time.
Wow.
And so
You'll never sing that.
That's the sort of future we can look forward to in a redeveloped Elland Road. Speakers that pump out white noise and Wi-Fi that actually works. A final bit of Curtis Jones chat.
Curtis Jones has scored twice, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a drill. This is not a test. Curtis Jones has just scored 2 goals for Liverpool Football Club. Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones. Well done, Curtis, man. Well done, eh? I was unfamiliar with your game. Well done, Curtis. Hey, Curtis. Curtis, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal. What a goal. Whew. Man, that caught me off guard. I'm going to be so real with you guys. That caught me off guard. I was not expecting Curtis to score twice.
We can tell, can't we? We can tell.
Very similar to when Billy Painter scored for Leeds.
Billy Painter. Right, where now? We've got Lee Gunner.
Yeah, Arsenal. Arsenal Fan TV, actually, they were sort of all right, really, apart from Ty, who's I've stuck a bit of him in Propaganda Extra. Just because it's a bit tiresome. There's only so much Arsenal you can take in one go. But Arsenal Fan TV in general weren't being too ridiculous. So I found Lee Gunner instead, who seems to be another fairly sizable Arsenal account. Starts off with a little tale of his mum, which is nice.
That performance is a disgrace. When I see the starting 11, I was like, cool, no drama, no problema, no drama at all. Cool. I said in the build-up, my mum was sat there and I said, are we going to win today? She goes, who are you playing? I said, Brighton. She went, you ain't winning. She don't know nothing about football.
I mean, she knows more than you.
She knows nothing about football. Why are you asking her then? He has to then backtrack, obviously, because he's trying to make a point. But yeah,
realise he's just been cussing his mum, laying the smack down.
So he goes on, but obviously when
Mrs. Gunner,
no problema, I'm not having that either.
No,
horrible.
Maybe that's the London thing.
No, maybe so. But anyway, obviously it's disappointing for Arsenal. They have kind of. It's sort of hilarious to have thrown it away, and part of me's a bit gutted from. I don't know. I can't quite make my mind up. It's only Man City winning it, so it's not like you've.
Don't mean no, does it?
It's not real.
It's a cheat.
So fine. But I suppose they've had a better season than expected, and you'd assume he'd be disappointed with the performance, but wanting a rebuild, a bit of a rebuild for next year, bringing a few more players, build on it, all that sort of stuff. Nah.
How she know we ain't winning? Oh yeah. Because she knows it's the history of the Arsenal. No, she don't know a great deal about football. She knows that I run a channel talking about football. And she knows it's the history of the Arsenal. Cool. Sweet. Caicedo, right back, yeah? Ben White being put on skates. Did anyone see Martin Odegaard? Does anyone know Martin Odegaard's scan rate in that game today? Gassing this guy up like he's the second coming of Bergkamp. Bin everyone, including the manager. Start with the manager. Get him out. This is the third full season, because I know a lot of you inverted fans out there that love an inverted fullback or a hybrid centre-back and that, yeah? Oh, but look at what he's achieving. What's he achieved? If Man City beat Chelsea next weekend, they've won the title. We were 8 points clear. We're now 4 behind. Sack him. It's 1-0. 3 seasons in a row. Now, if you deep that, yeah, you've got the league title you can go for. You've got Europe you can go for. You've got the League Cup you can go for, and you have the FA Cup you can go for. One of them seasons we didn't qualify for Europe because he took us so far backwards that this is seen as success. Right? So there's 11 trophies he could have possibly gone for, and he's won none. Why is everyone hyping this guy? Sack him.
I preferred it when his mum was giving her opinion on football.
Was it his mum who doesn't know anything about football, was it?
Good that he explained all the trophies.
I do enjoy the fact he said, like, my mum, she doesn't really know what I do. She knows that I do a channel about this, and she probably keeps asking when you're going to get a real job. We say, looking around the room at each other.
Let's not go there.
That was the joke, Rob. But it's all tiresome, isn't it? All that stuff.
So no one's happy.
No one is happy in football, are they? No one. That's what Phil keeps making that point, doesn't he? That no one's enjoying themselves.
Newcastle fans.
Arsenal enjoyed themselves for a bit, but now they're not enjoying themselves anymore. Do you think he thinks Arteta's a war criminal?
I would imagine so. Yeah, that was Arsenal Fan TV, wasn't it? The war criminal stuff. I think that was their peak.
Yeah,
when they accused a man who was like adamant sixth of being a war criminal. Maybe a bit over the top.
You can't beat that, can you?
Yeah, mind you. I mean, I suppose Pat Bamford's taken some abuse this week, hasn't he? So.
It's mad, and going back to Sheffield Wednesday, like there's been bloody racist abuse posted about their manager Darren Moore, who's just taken him to a 96-point finish. It's like what they've done is no different to when we choked in the playoffs against Derby in the end, is it?
Mm.
And look at the season that followed.
And we choked in the playoffs against Millwall, and against Doncaster, and against Watford.
Yeah.
And the year we choked before we even got to the playoffs. Yeah. Under Gary Monk, that was good too.
When we were in front in the playoffs in 1987, we were in front in extra time.
See, I've got no scars from that one because I don't remember it, but
it was on my birthday.
Millwall was on my birthday, that second leg.
Doncaster was on my dad's birthday.
Jesus. When's your birthday, Rob?
Mine's usually around the time of the League Cup final because we don't bother with the cup.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it.
You're immune now. You've been immunised. Absolutely fine.
Get in.
Some more clips and chat over on Propaganda Extra.
Speaking of Pat Bamford, we do have penalty chat on there. Someone asked us about why Leeds don't. It feels like we never score penalties.
Oh, okay.
So I've got some numbers on that.
Numbers?
Yeah.
That's exciting, isn't it? Everyone loves numbers. Number wang. We'll see you soon.
The Square Ball Podcast.